All right, we got a handful of games here, starting with the 7-6 after beating Jason Garrett and the Cowboys. The 7-6 Chicago Bears going to Lambeau to face the 10-3 Packers. Cold December game in Lambeau. Packers favored 4.5, over under 40.5, and probably going lower. 51% of the public is on Chicago, but only 37% of the money is on Chicago, and 60% of the public on the over, but only 38% of the money. So we're seeing some kind of sharp square disagreement here with the sides and the total.
Yeah, I would look at. I think you're getting Green Bay finally cheap here. I'm not a believer in what the Bears have been doing or Mitch Bortles has been doing. As any loyal listeners to this podcast know, he has good games randomly against bad defenses. And that's all this has been. Go back to the Rams game. They were still atrocious. This offense is still atrocious. They have injuries on the outside. They're down to like their fifth tight end. Their offensive line is bad. And it's not a team that I think is going to go in there and can just pound away at Green Bay and expose their run defense. So, this is just last week, you have Dallas -3 at Chicago. Everyone wants to bet Dallas. Now you have Green Bay is only -4 or -5 at home against the Bears. Seems like an overreaction because Green Bay had a close loss. Excuse me. Because Green Bay had a close win last week against Washington, and Dallas, and the Bears pulled off that win. Aaron Rodgers has owned the Bears by the way. I think he's 16 or 17-7 against the spread. I cannot see Mitch Trubisky going up here and getting this win. I think there's a little value on the Packers at home here, and a huge game, by the way. Now, I do have to respect the market. Sometimes I'm like, okay, am I missing something? Why is this line coming down? So I'm still digging into it. But this game for our Packers futures, fulfilled my obligation to mention it, huge game in the NFC, because if they win out, they get the 2 seed, and getting a bye in this loaded NFC is just enormous. So big game for the Bears. I think even a bigger game for a real contender, potentially, in the Packers, who they have their flaws. So the fewer games they can play in a really deep NFC, the better. I think the Packers get it done. You're getting them cheap here.
Yeah, I think if that line is going in favor of the Bears, it's probably because it's one of those spots where you have a team that's been bad versus the spread, versus in the Bears, versus a team that's been good against the spread, and sharps are usually on the other side in those games. So that's probably why. But this is a stay away for me. It's not my style because I do think it's probably Packers or nothing here. Rodgers has been really good at Lambeau as well. He is 63% ATS against the spread in his career at Lambeau. He's also 65% coming off an against the spread loss, which luckily I bet the Redskins as my 2-pointer last week, and they're like the only bet that didn't push or the total lost. So lucky for me on that one. But yeah, the Packers didn't look all that impressive against the Redskins. So who knows, but it's more of a stay away.